Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. My name is Dustin Cormier, and you guys are watching another episode of How to Rock Astrology. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This is part of my Synastry series, which I'm excited to get into. This episode, we're going to be talking about what it's like when one person's Venus is in the same sign as another person's North Node in their astrology charts. Now, for those, I'm sure many of you know me by now, I'm a tropical Vedic astrologer. I use Western measurements. I don't practice sidereal signs, but I do apply Vedic philosophy because, as I've been saying, philosophy is different from measurement. The Vedic approach to things is slightly different from the Western approach. I would just, ultimately what we're talking about here is the conjunctions. This is from a Western author. This comes from Jan Spiller's Cosmic Love, Secrets of the Astrology of Intimacy Revealed. Essentially, most Westerners convey a conjunction to mean within being a 10 degrees of closeness to each other. In the Vedic way, we generally say that as long as the two are in the same sign, then there's a conjunction here. So if your Venus is at 0 degrees Scorpio and their North Node is at 29 degrees Scorpio, they're still coming through the same dispositor, in that case being Mars, which rules Scorpio, which means that they will be bumping knees and they will be considered to be conjunct. So, welcome. This is a cool and important part of astrology and of synastry, in my opinion. There's so many ways to conduct synastry, and this is an important one. We're going to talk about how the North Node is opposite the South Node. The South Node shows where we've all been, we're all tired of it. So when any partner has any planet where your North Node is, they are going to be conveying to you something that's like an anchor. You're stuck in the South Node, and you've got a lasso connecting to the planet that is there in their chart. And you are going to inherently want whatever's there, the good and the bad. This is why the North Node person builds a space of trust and acceptance for whatever is going on with their planet, with the, in this case, Venus. The Venus is going to be accepted for what it is, no matter what it is, by the person with the North Node there. It's actually very interesting. To give you an example, I am Venus in Virgo. Great placement. It's just by sign, so I got Jupiter there, and I've got a few things helping it out. Venus by its sign is only a small part of the planet anyway. But I do suffer from the Venus debilitated in Virgo. And my current partner, who I've been with for 3 years, has the North Node in Virgo. She has seen through and continues to see through many of the difficulties associated with my Venus in Virgo. It has made me accept my own Venus for what it is, unconditionally by her especially, because no matter how you dice it or slice it, I've got Venus in her North Node, which is helping her to get away from her South Node in Pisces. So that's just to give you a personal example of what's going on here. I've been trying to make short videos with this series, and I'm going to do my best to hold to that. But that is what we're talking about today. Now, the first half of this video is going to be about you having Venus in this sign, and your partner has the North Node on your Venus. So we're going to talk about Venus in its sign and a partner's North Node being on your Venus. And then the other half of this video is going to be when you have your North Node conjunct your partner's Venus. So let's start by talking about what does the North Node convey in terms of synastry in relation to, in conjunction with another planet in another person's chart. When the North Node in one person's chart is conjunct a planet in another's chart, A soul contract has been made to come together in this lifetime for mutual benefit. The North Node person brings the special gift of helping you realize one of your talents, in this case, the talent represented by the planet Venus. The North Node person functions like a good luck charm by energizing the area of your life ruled by the planet involved. In this case, we're talking about Venus, and as well, we're talking about Taurus, Libra, and any planet or cusp that is inside of those signs, right? So if you've got the 5th cusp in Taurus and your partner's North Node is touching your Venus, your partner is going to help convey something to you that relates to your creative capacity, because your 5th cusp is in Taurus, right? Something important to think about here. And what has to be said here, it's important to consider that this can seem antagonistic. The simplest example is me with my Venus debilitated in Virgo. I can be very nitpicky with Venus, although it's still Venus. Venus is a benefic. It's helping the sign of Virgo, and that, there's a blessing there for the partner's North Node. So they're going to be getting Venus in an important place no matter where my Venus is. And it is painful for me at times, because really it's just difficult for me to just accept unconditional love in general, at least according to this ancestral karma that I have. I always like to say, astrology conveys to us astral genetic memory karmas, but we have pure awareness inside of us that can have divine transcendental intelligence that sees over our memory and can convey what we understand intelligently to be the correct thing, even though we have a tendency towards the debilitation of whatever planet we're talking about. I am somebody who understands the metaphysical laws of human energy. I understand that the Svadhisthana chakra, the water chakra, is an important, having a gap there means that I will lose Vedic cosmic energy. Not Vedic energy, but I will lose vitality by not having love in my life. And my girlfriend, who's got the North Node on my Venus, has helped me to realize that that's more important than I might have realized if left to my own devices. Ultimately, she has shown me that I can still be loved, even though I'm an independent person, and I can be dry with love. I don't like to be too ooey-gooey sentimental about things sometimes. I like to work hard, spending a lot of time. My girlfriend is, at home at her place in Oshawa. I'm at my place in Ajax. We don't live together, and I spend a lot of time doing stuff like this. And her North Node accepts that about me. Accepts where my Venus is, accepts that I'm not always looking to be sentimental, juicy about love all the time. And when we do come together, she's just happy to get any Venus that I give her. And it has made me give her more. This is just the nature of my situation. So the point I'm trying to say is that it can be painful, because I can tell that she enjoys, I'm gonna get out of my own personal example and start talking about what's going on here. The partner, the North Node person, has been stuck in the South Node forever. So any planet that's there in the North Node is going to be energized by any planets that are there, because they've been stuck in South Node land. They've been stuck doing what they've been doing so long in past lives. It's how they survive. How we thrive is by moving towards the North Node, and it's a compulsion we all have to expand outside of the box of what we've been, of a part of ourselves that we didn't think we could grow through. So not only is the Venus person growing through the North Node person, but the North Node person is gaining knowledge of their own Venus, as well as the dispositor shared between the North Node and Venus. And as well, ultimately, their North Node placement is deliciously holding on to the Venus that you have as the Venus person here. So this can be antagonistic. It can make you feel, if your Venus is not well placed in particular, that's what I'm trying to say. If your Venus is not where it needs to be, it can feel like the partner pressures you or expects you to give them Venus, that sentimental energy that all humans need to have. It's essentially their own Svadhisthana chakra, their own water chakra, wants to taste the deliciousness that is the water that you have, the sentimental energy that you have, and they just enjoy it. The thing is that they might convey that they enjoy it, and it might feel like a pressure to you if you have an ill Venus like I do. But if you communicate enough, you'll eventually learn that they enjoy it, but they're not antagonistic about it. They expect, in a relationship, everybody expects some kind of mutual value, an emotional sentiment given through Venus. That's the nature of relationships. And if you don't have a good Venus, you're not inclined to share that. But that would mean, in that case, that you've got a gap in your Svadhisthana chakra, and this person is teaching you the goodness of sharing sentimental energy, emotional energy, life of a subjectively meaningful and rich life, without necessarily pushing you to do it. It's more like they're drawing you, they're drawing you to see the benefits to the both of you by their enjoyment. That's how the North Node works, is that they provide a space of trust for you to be whatever your Venus is, and they're going to enjoy whatever you give them. And eventually this will teach you the importance of giving your Venus in the way that it is, but also to the intrinsic nature of Venus, which is beyond its sign placement, beyond its aspects, beyond whatever's crippling your Venus. And if you've got a good Venus, this just means that your partner is going to give you even more illumination and clarity on how to use it at its best, and the two of you will simply enjoy your Venus that much more. It's a good, this thing is conducive to long-term friendship and marriage. So what is Venus with regards to North Node synastry? Venus reveals our love nature. Its placement in the birth chart by house and sign indicates the manner in which we express and receive love and what gives us pleasure in life. Sentimental, subjective, and meaningful emotional pleasure with the love and support of those around us. So the North Node person is teaching the Venus person how to love outside of this intimate relationship, or really, this doesn't necessarily need to be a love relationship. This can be an aspect held between a mother and a son, a father and a son or a daughter, or brothers or sisters, co-workers, best friends, students and teachers. Any relationship can have this teaching lesson. It's interesting to note that the North Node moves pretty slowly, so anybody in a certain age group is generally going to bring out your Venus. It's something interesting to consider, right? Now, this little video is already going longer than I intended, but it's Venus. It's okay. The first part, this part of the video now is going to be you having Venus, and your partner has North Node on your Venus. So you are the Venus person in this case, okay? So if you are the Venus person in this relationship, chances are you'll fall in love with this person, like it or not. Their purpose in your life is to teach you how to love and experience pleasure. This person expands your capacity for personal affection and heal obstructions that get in the way of your feeling love for others and empathy for others. The North Node person's presence in your life opens your heart in a healthy way by just enjoying it, by just being psychically receptive to when you are loving yourself or not. Because really, remember, Venus is, the moon wraps around the earth. the moon brings out the nature of the person's inherent psyche. When something is activating Venus, Venus revolves around the sun. It's in opening our self-love for our own nature, for the delicious and valuable parts of ourselves. And this person opens your love for yourself in a healthy way. As they activate this love in you, you in turn want to help the North Node person. You feel generous and affectionate towards this person. You understand them and you overlook their faults. Even when they hurt you, your love understands that we all have personal flaws and you can forgive them in an unconditional way. They also validate you and they enhance your sense of self-worth. Even if they let you down, your self-esteem does not suffer because there is just a space of you just loving your own self and your own nature from this person, so that whatever goes wrong with them or whatever they do wrong, you know the type of love that they have for your intrinsically who you are. And so you can give the space for forgiveness for it. The North Node person has entered your life because on a subconscious level, your soul is longing for you to experience more joy and pleasure in living. Since they make you feel beautiful and worthwhile, it is easier to attract others. So they are a boon for your social life. And it happens to be the case that if you are with this person for a little while and it doesn't work out, they will have given you lessons to help increase your love going forward from this relationship. They are good luck for you in relationships, and they may even bring you financial benefits. Venus represents luxury, wealth, these sorts of things, resources, Taurus, abundance. Your North Node partner will help you see life and relationships in a way that expands your capacity to experience love. There's a positive mutual flow of love intrinsic to this connection. So when someone has their North Node on your Venus, spend some time with them. Even if it's not meant to be a love relationship, you will find out things about your own intrinsic love nature and how to teach you to love yourself for your personality, for who you are, for the fun that you can bring to any social situation. This person will lovingly encourage it without pushing you to do it like some other relationships can. Very conducive to health for you as the Venus person. And by doing so, you also bring out the Venus nature in them, because your Venus is, of course, meeting their Venus in conversation, right? Now, yeah, I better keep rolling because I want these videos to be tight. This has been one half of the picture. Now, for everybody watching, the next part of the video is going to be us talking about what it's like when your North Node is in the space of your partner's Venus. Now, we've already revved up this combination quite a bit, but just to give short thrift, of course, you have had your South Node in its place, and that's like, old karma. It's like the platform, it's the castle, it's the fortress. The North Node is the new land that you're trying to go towards, that you've been trying to finally lock up the keys to the castle and move and explore in the way of the North Node. Although you can never get too far away from your South Node because it's an intrinsic part of who you are. That's why it's wonderful in love when somebody has a planet, especially like Venus, on your North Node. Because then you have a loving influence through which you can explore your North Node while still sticking to your South Node, because we can't ultimately leave the fortress of the castle that provides us with the energy that keeps us alive and has kept us alive in our past lives. We have to integrate as much as we can of the North Node while not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as the Indian people say. So, you are the North Node person, and your North Node is on somebody's Venus. This could be any relationship, student, teacher, lover, mother, father, child, whatever. This is what's going to happen. This is what you're going to bring out in the other person and what they're going to bring out in you. You are the North Node person. Your purpose in the life of someone whose Venus is on your North Node, your purpose in the Venus person's life is to increase their sense of self-worth and to bring them good luck in the areas of love and money. Two things typically ruled by Venus. Your appreciation and admiration validate them and help them to feel good about themselves. They recognize your good intentions as you open their heart to love and affection. So verbalize your feelings about them. You will want to anyway. Talk about their talents and abilities and support them in activities that enhance their self-esteem. Your influence increases their self-acceptance and builds their confidence in social skills in the way of like how they are. You know, Venus is something that's like on the side, but it's the expression is what carries the juice energy in social situations. You know, you can have somebody very intelligent, but if they're dry and kind of an asshole about it, that's not really, that doesn't catch like a good Venus does. You know, even somebody who doesn't have much to say and is kind of simple and lives a simple life, if they got a really good Venus, it's going to catch more than someone who's got lots to say but doesn't have a good Venus. As you validate what is special about this person, you also feel good about yourself because their Venus is inviting you to be joyfully playful in the area of the sign and house that their Venus is falling in your chart, where the Rahu is, where the North Node is. And that's a good boon for you too. The love engendered by your relationship is a blessing for you both and is good for you both. So I better end it here, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm Dustin Cormier for How to Rock Astrology. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.